So I got a passenger ride. Hello, this is Rodney Bush. This is the middle of March, and we are going live with Revo down in Miami, Florida. I am in Louisville, Kentucky. If you just got here, I have been with Lyft and Uber driving for years. I quit for a year and a half because of a program that made us some decent money with Snap Partners, our parent company. And I started back in January driving when we pre-launched Revo Rideshare. We are here tonight to learn about Revo Rideshare, the onboarding, and I'm going to say that if you're brand new, we will have some time for questions and answers at the end. I've been with the company 2.5 years with our original company, Snap Delivered, Snap Partners, and we have emerged into several verticals, we call it, and now Revo Rideshare is opening. I have with me Rhino number one, and I'm Rhino number two. You'll learn a little bit about that at some point. But we have been appointed as rhinos, and if Alex wants to talk about that, he could when he speaks up. But Alex is not only a person that I've grown to really enjoy. He's a great person. He's a great trainer. He's been with the company owners for a couple decades as friends and in businesses together. And you'll learn about us. We also want to learn about you. I love learning about people who are in the business with us. So we're here to learn about Revo and onboarding. I know we do have some new people for the absolute very first time. Hence, Scott Jones is in the house. Welcome, Scott. And with that said, Alex, I'm going to mute and enjoy the call as I drive back from Louisville, Kentucky, back to Nashville, which is a little over 2 hours.
Very nice. I was actually so I was born in Fort Knox, Kentucky, so not terribly far from where you're at, but I'm out here in the sunny Arizona now. It's a beautiful day out here. So I was actually at a spring training game earlier today. About 10 different baseball teams do spring training out here, so always a good time. But welcome everybody. If this is your first time hearing me speak, my name is Alex Scar. I'm part of the corporate team over at Snap Partners. I was one of the original co-founders of Snap Delivered. That was our original business where we did the same thing we're doing now. If you're on here for REVO Rides, we are disrupting the rideshare industry, and we are a disruptor. So Snap Partners, we're very disruptive. We find different industries that need fixing. We come up with innovative solutions, and then we implement them for change, and then all while giving people an opportunity to earn and grow with us. So we did that originally in the delivery space. So if you ever use DoorDash, Grubhub, Uber Eats, all those companies, they charge the restaurants 20 to 30% just for them to be on their platform, just to have someone come pick up their food. And my family's come from restaurants for over 30 plus years. It's not the most margin effective or profitable business to begin with. Running a restaurant is very hard. So when you got someone trying to take 20 to 30% just for delivery, and this was at the pandemic where most everyone was stuck doing delivery and you couldn't go dine in the restaurant, they were still kind of choking out the restaurants with that 20, 30%. So that forced the restaurant to raise their prices up to the customers. So now that $10 hamburger at the restaurant's a $14 hamburger at the DoorDash or Grubhub. So we wanted to see, do an opportunity to really change the industry. So we came in with a flat rate model, and same thing with Revo. It was all word of mouth, learn about the company and then go share it with others. And then you can earn some residual income. So we charge a flat rate to the restaurants. We save them tens of thousands of dollars. And then we paid our drivers better than anybody else. And then we had a refer and earn model. So if you brought in a customer to the app, then you got paid every single time they ordered food. If you brought in a driver to the platform, then every single time they delivered food, you would get paid off that transaction. And if you went to your favorite restaurant and brought them into the system, then you got paid 40 cents out of the $2, but every single time they push an order out the door. So very similar model that we have with Revo Rides. So this is our newest project. This is our newest disruptive project that we're doing, this time in the rideshare industry. So just like Rodney was saying, he's a rideshare driver. He's been doing it for a very long time. I myself have been a rideshare driver. I have thousands of rides under my belt. I know what it's like. And when I first got into rideshare, we were making 60 to 70% off of the ride. And you made a lot of money back then. You can work part-time whenever you wanted to, day or night, and make some extra money just by driving people around, which I actually enjoyed. I enjoyed the fun, the companies. I have a ton of stories. I'm sure if you've done rideshare before, you probably have some crazy stories, but but as the years went by, they kept lowering what the drivers made. And that was the biggest thing. Is actually, let me share my screen. Hold on one second. All right. Hopefully you guys can see my screen. So what really sucked about the rideshare industry is everything fluctuated all the time. So earning fluctuations, like I said, we were making 60 to 70% when I first got into rideshare. And then now I think they're making closer to 40 to 50%. And that's the biggest complaint of rideshare drivers is now they have to work full-time hours to make part-time income because you have to put a lot of wear and tear on your cars. You're the one putting all the mileage and the tires and the gas and the maintenance and dealing with drunk people and throwing up in your car and all of these things. But now you're getting paid less and less and less. So, and then Uber and Lyft, they keep having all these high commission fees. So that's why you make so little, is because they have so many fees that they keep in house. And really the only one making out is the rideshare company. So, and again, you're putting all the wear and tear and everything else on your car. So these are all issues that we wanted to address and we wanted to fix. If we could have a perfect rideshare company, these are the things that we wanted to change and give the power back to the drivers, give the power back to the customers. The only thing on this list we can't really do anything about is the unpredictable passengers, because unfortunately, no matter what rideshare platform you're on, you're always going to have unpredictable, crazy people. So, but everything else we're working on. So there we go. So drivers, so right now our apps are live. So if you go to the app stores, whether it's the Play Store or the Apple Store, you can find our apps. Or if you just go to revoride.com, you're going to see a download for the apps for both the customer and the driver's app. You can also see videos every Thursday. So tomorrow at 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, we do an opportunity call for REVO Ride. So Paul will jump on a call and then he'll do exactly what I'm doing now and just tell you about the company, what we're trying to do, how we're trying to approach the industry to really make a difference. Because a lot of people ask me that when I say, hey, we're doing rideshare, they always ask me like, well, you're jumping into the ring with a couple of 800-pound gorillas. How do you guys expect to compete? I mean, they have the market share cornered. How are you guys going to even compete with that? And it's because of our business model. It's because we actually care about our drivers. I mean, at the end of the day, a rideshare company is just a software company and just apps without the drivers. Without the drivers actually using their cars and picking up the people, we're just software. And the unfortunate thing is they lost sight of that and they nickel and dime the drivers. They bring down what they make and everything else. And that's what we really want to change. And like I said before, just give that power back to the drivers. So, but there's really two parts of our company. So there's the program where the drivers make money and then the customer, what they pay. I'm going to go over that. But then we also have the referral program. So the driver normally, like I said, they get 40 to 50% of whatever the ride is. So if you have $100 ride, a customer orders a car, it's $100. That driver's getting $40 to $50 of that. With us, we give the driver all, so every bit of whatever the gas, the mileage, the time, the tip, and everything else, the driver gets all of it minus just $1. That's all that we keep from the driver is just $1. So, and they also get to keep 100% of their tips. We don't touch their tips. Sometimes these other rideshare companies, they even dip into the driver's tips, and that's very unfair. They're the ones putting all the time and effort, and they should get 100% of their tips. So, but on top of what the customer pays for gas, mileage, time, and tip, they also pay either $5 per ride. So on top of all of that, which the driver gets, they pay $5 per ride. So every single time they take a ride, they pay the gas, mileage, tip, and time plus $5. So we keep the $5 in house. That's how we pay ourselves. But that also goes to our residual referral plan. So 60 cents of every dollar that we bring in and we keep, so that $5 in that instance, and then also the $1 that we keep from the driver, that goes 60 cents of every dollar that goes back into the residual referral plan. Or the customer, if they make more than 6 rides in a month, they might as well get on our Freedom Pass. It's $30 a month. And then that way they just pay for the gas, mileage, time, and tip, and then they don't pay the $5. And then they can also save about $110 a year if they buy the annual pass. And that's $250 for the year. And then they, basically save the money, and then they only pay for the gas mileage and tips. So, but on top of that, so not only are we changing everything for the driver and the customer, because we're going to be cheaper for the customer. The one promise that Paul gave is we're going to be less expensive for the customer, and we're going to pay our drivers more than any other company. So the driver, they're going to get everything minus the dollar, and then you pay the $5 on top of that. But then you have the referral program. So if the customer, if you are a customer, you get a referral code. And if you're a driver, you get a referral code. If you're part of a company in any way, you get your own referral codes. And then we encourage you to help us grow. So go invite your friends, your family, strangers off the street. If you are a rideshare driver, as you're picking up people from other, rideshare companies, just tell them about Revo. And it's fantastic for drivers because, most drivers, they multi-app anyways. And if you tell them they're making, everything minus a buck, they're going to be excited and they're going to sign on. It's free. It doesn't cost them anything. And then everyone gets a referral code. So, but our drivers, when I was a driver, I only made money when I was driving. If I ever took a day off, if my car broke down, if I got sick, I didn't make any money that day because I wasn't driving. I was an independent contractor, and they weren't going to pay me just to take the day off. It's not the way that it worked. So with our program, we have a residual referral program. So if you are a customer or a driver and you invite another customer, they're going to pay that $5 per ride, and then you're going to get 20% of that, or $1, but every single time that customer orders a car from us. So if you get 1,000 customers and they all order a car today and they're all paying the $5 per ride, you're earning $1,000 today. And then it's residual every transaction. So again, if they do another ride tomorrow, all 1,000 of them, then you make another $1,000 again tomorrow. And then if they're on the Freedom Pass, or if they pay the $30 a month, then you're going to get 20% of that, or $6, but every single time they pay their monthly payment, then you're going to get $6. So if you have 1,000 people and they're all on the monthly plan, then you're making $6,000 a month in residual income. Or if they pay the $250 annual pass, you get 20% of that, or $50. But every single time they pay that every single year. So you just invite people to a platform that's cheaper. On average, our rides will be between 10 to 15% cheaper than, say, a Lyft or Uber. So that $100 ride where the driver's making $40 to $50, ours may be $85. If they do the $5 per ride, we'll keep $5. So there's $80 left over. The driver leaves behind a buck, and then they get 79 out of 85 versus $40 to $50 out of 100. So it's better for everybody. It's cheaper for the customer. The driver makes way more money. And then whoever invited the customer and whoever invited the driver are going to get paid residual referrals. So if you invite a driver to the platform, out of that dollar they leave behind, you're going to get 20% of that, or 20 cents, but every single time they do a drive. So if you have 100 drivers and they all do just 10 rides in a day, that's 1,000 rides a day. And if you get 20 cents per ride, you're making $200 a day. So not bad, just for inviting people to a better platform. So, but that's how we're disruptive. That's how we're going to go up against these 800-pound gorillas, is because we value our drivers, we value our customers. So we built a better platform. So it's cheaper for the customer, the drivers make way more, and then everyone has an opportunity to earn with us just by referring their friends and family. And some people see the vision like we see the vision, and they're going to go out and bring in lots of people. They're going to go market and, actually go put in ads and go and beat the streets and go hand out flyers, because the more people they bring on, the larger their residual check and the opportunity is for them. So, but on top of that, one of the most exciting things is everything that we're doing, we're building on the blockchain. And whether you understand blockchain and cryptocurrency, just like the other day, Bitcoin had a record high of over $68,000. But blockchain and cryptocurrency isn't going to go anywhere. It's coming like a freight train, whether you like it or not. A lot of things are going to start being based off the blockchain. Walmart, for instance, uses the blockchain. A lot of major companies are starting to go that direction. So we're going to be one of the first rideshare companies that's built on the blockchain. And we will have our own cryptocurrency. And you'll be able to actually earn tokens just by doing transactions. So whether you're a customer taking rides or whether you're a driver giving rides, And we'll have some other opportunities for you to earn cryptocurrency through other things like mining opportunities and stuff like that. But our cryptocurrency is actually going to have utility behind it. You can actually do something with it. Most cryptocurrencies out there, they're all speculation. You can't really buy your groceries with them or go do anything else. People just, buy it based off of demand and whether they think it's going to go up or not, just like, Bitcoin and stuff is doing right now. So, but blockchain, it decentralizes everything and it creates a ledger. So, which is very good for you guys, because if we are paying you to bring people onto our platform, and you bring on thousands and thousands of people, let's say, you're going to want to make sure that one, we're paying you off of every single transaction that happens, just like we say that we're going to. But since we have everything on the blockchain, everything gets recorded. Everything, it has a copy, everything is secure, transparent. So you can actually pull reports and see every transaction that happens within your organization, which you can anyway right now. If you go and bring up your back office, you can see everybody that you refer, and you can see people that they refer down to 5 levels. And then you'll be able to see every single transaction as people start taking and giving rides. You will see that and be able to track all of that. So, but even Bill Gates, who was one of the people that took advantage of the internet when the internet first came around, if some of you are old enough, and before internet became mainstream, once it did, a lot of people jumped on, like Bill Gates and Bezos and Musk and a bunch of other people, and they had the whole .com era. And a lot of people made a lot of money, millions of dollars during that time. And now they're saying that blockchain is going to be the most important innovation since the internet itself. And it's going to change the way that we think about money, business, the world, and everything. It's going to virtually impact trillions of dollars worth of transactions across multiple industries. And so we built our whole entire platform on the blockchain just to make sure that we kind of future-proof ourselves. And this is the kind of forward thinking that our leadership has, is if it's coming, we might as well jump on board and be one of the leaders and, kind of help bring forth that, especially to the rideshare industry. So, but 34 million Americans or, US adults across the country, they own cryptocurrency. Globally, over 420 million. So we are going to have our own cryptocurrency that you're going to be able to purchase rides at a discount, and ours will actually have utility. So say, for instance, I'm at a restaurant and I need to get a ride home. So I go to Uber, it's a $50 ride. But then I go to Revo and it's a $45 ride, let's say. But then it says, hey, if you buy a ride with your token, so whether it's Rev or Revo, we'll figure out the name of the token is going to be, but you can purchase the ride with the tokens and you'll get it for, say, $40. So you save an extra $5, and it'll walk the customer to order the tokens right through the app. They'll be able to purchase the ride with those tokens, and then we have utility. So if someone's buying the tokens, you're using the tokens on a platform to actually purchase a service, and then everybody's earning tokens, whether you're a customer or a driver. Every time a transaction happens, you can earn tokens. And then we even have, some mining capabilities and stuff like that. But that's going to bring value to everything that we're doing because we actually have utility behind it. And then our drivers, they can't really purchase their gas and their groceries and stuff with their coins. So then they're probably going to sell it on the open market to someone that's looking for coins. And then that's what's going to really kind of create the, the buzz and the price and everything else. So, but one of the things I want to draw your attention to right now, we are brand new. If you're coming on board with us, we just launched our first city 5 days ago, which was Miami, Florida. And we are coming to a city near you fast and furious. So right now we have an opportunity for you to become what we call a founder. So a founder, it gives you an opportunity to get into a profit sharing pool. So once we become profitable, we're going to take 2% of the net profits, and then we're going to split it amongst those people in the pool, whether it's 10 people or 10,000 people. That's what we're going to split amongst the pool. And right now it's a couple $100 billion industry, rideshare, and it's only going to grow. And then because we're also decentralized and on the blockchain and with cryptocurrency, we're going to be able to go worldwide very, very quickly. So we can expand to a lot of different areas. So you have an opportunity to possibly earn a lot of money just through the profit sharing pool. And in order to qualify that, there's 2 steps. So the first step is you need to get 60 members signed up with your referral code, direct members. It doesn't matter if it's a rider, a driver, Doesn't matter what the ratio is. I know it says 30 and 30 riders and 30 drivers, but we really don't care what the ratio is. As long as you get 60 people before the 11th, which is this Monday. So midnight, I believe Hawaii time on Monday is when they're going to cut that off. So that's step one. So step two is between March 11th of 2024 and March 11th of 2025, between you and your direct riders and drivers and your direct referrals, you have to give or receive 30 rides in a 1 year period. We set the bar very low. It's practically on the floor. So we're making it very easy to qualify for this, but you do have to get the riders before the 11th. So if you're brand new, you got some work ahead of you after 5 days to really get it done. But it can be done. I talked to someone the other day that just came on a couple of days ago, and they already have their 60, and they're getting ready on their way to 80. So very doable. But you just have to go out there and tell everybody about it. And that's the thing. We are now getting to the point we're going to start launching cities. We just launched Miami. We are going to be launching the Nashville area, which I'm sure that you guys are super stoked about very soon, probably within the next 1 to 2 weeks. We're looking at launching other cities. So Nashville is going to be on there. I'm in Phoenix. We're going to be opening up the Phoenix and the Tucson market as well as Las Vegas. But if you're in a city and you want to launch your city, then let us know. So put it in the chat, reach out to Rodney, reach out to myself, and let us know that you want to be a builder and work with this, work to help open your city. So we call those captains, and we do what's called captain's call. So I did a captain's call the other day with Vegas. I'm doing another captain's call tomorrow with our Arizona team. And then on Friday, we're doing a captain's call with Atlanta. So these aren't just riders and drivers. If you're just a driver or you're just a rider, and maybe you'll invite some people here and there, but you're just more using it for the service and to kind of, be a part of the change. Cool. Then you can come to these type of calls, or you can invite people to the opportunity call, join our Facebook page, join our Telegram, and we'll keep you up to date. And when we launch your city, we'll get you all of the information. If you're a driver, we're going to have some driver onboarding classes and stuff like that. But this captain's call, it's for people that are the movers, the shakers, the builders, the ones that actually want to go out and build massive teams and go and help us open cities. It's a great way to make residual income. It could be a massive stream of income if you put in the time and the effort to go and build it. And the beautiful thing about our company is not only do you get credit off of your direct referrals, but we encourage people to go and build teams and go and build a large organization. So we actually give you the ability to make money on down to 5 levels. So if I invite someone and they take a ride, I make the buck. If they invite someone and then that person takes a ride, well, the person above them, they're going to make the buck since they're the direct referral. And then because I brought that individual on, I'm going to make a 50-cent override. So, which if you don't have a large network, go and find people that do. There's a lot of influencers that have large networks. I just talked to a DJ out here in Arizona. He's a pretty big DJ, pretty big deal. He has lots of followers on Instagram and Facebook. He's in all the major clubs, but he heard about what we're doing. And he's like, I see drunk people all the time that need rides home, and they wait for Lyft and Uber for their, for their surges to go down just so they can actually afford a ride home. And I would love to be able to be a part of this and, spread the word. It's better for the drivers. It's better for the customers. And then if I can make some money too, that would be awesome. And now we're going to start putting together some stuff. And he has, I think, 11,000 followers on just his Instagram. He's got a bunch on TikTok, a bunch of Facebook. But say, for instance, he goes and tells everyone, hey, there's a new rideshare company. It's better for the drivers. You're paying the drivers more. So if you're a driver, sign up, and then you can make more money, or the customers, it's going to be less expensive. But everyone has a chance to earn just by referring other people. Here, download the app. He uses his referral code. 10,000 of the 11,000 people sign up, let's say, and they all take a ride today, and they're all in the $5 per ride. Well, that influencer just made $10,000 because he's making a buck a ride. But if I bought in that influencer and I'm making a 50-cent override, I just made $5,000 on that same exact transaction because everything he brought in, I'm getting an override on. So you want to go find people with the biggest amount of followers and networks and bring them in with you. Sell them the vision. Hopefully they catch it, and then they will go and bring in a ton of people. So, but you're coming in at a beautiful time. We're getting ready to launch Fast and Furious over the next couple of weeks. So again, if you're brand new, put what city you're in the chat so that way we know, where you guys are at, and then we can start working with you. If you want to be a captain, then also put in the chat that you want to be part of the captain's call, and then we'll reach out to you just to make sure that you get included in all of that. So that's a little bit about our company, what you guys are getting involved in. Again, we're very disruptive. We want to change the game for the better, for the riders, for the drivers, for everybody, and give you an opportunity to earn and grow with us. Again, we have that whole blockchain back end as well. So not only can you earn residuals off of inviting people, but then there's also the whole blockchain and crypto piece, which, again, if you don't understand it, I would definitely start doing some research on. Again, it's coming like a freight train, whether you like it or not. But we are getting into quite a few different blockchain technologies to make sure that we're ahead of the curve. So, but that's what I got. So I'll open it up for some questions if anyone has any questions, and then we can start chatting from there. So go ahead and, I guess, turn your mics on and let me know if you guys got a question.
This is Scott in Nashville. Can anybody hear me?
Yep, hear you loud and clear.
I got a question. I currently do Uber Black at this moment, and the city has regulations or requirements to do Uber Black. If you're Uber X or Uber XL or anything like that, you don't have requirements. So are y'all going to have requirements for the luxury end of REVO?
If it is a city requirement, then anytime you have a requirement that's done by the city, like I know I just found out that in Las Vegas, you have to have a certificate to pick up at the airport, and you have to have a certificate to be a rideshare driver, period. One, I think, is like 50 to 70 bucks for the year, and the other one costs a little over $200 for a year. But yes, you have to have all of the same requirements, because it's required by the state and the county, not necessarily Uber and Lyft. So if it's a requirement for your state and county, then yes, you'll have to have it. And we'll make sure that when we open to your city, we will follow every single rule and regulation to make sure that, we are on the up and up, and we're not getting you guys into trouble or getting ourselves into trouble. So.
Right. But if you're doing private, you don't have to have requirements.
Again, I don't know the particulars of Nashville. We will make sure that our legal team and everybody else looks into every county that we open up in, because this is going to be a controlled rollout. So instead of just opening up all over the place and then trying to figure it out later, we're going to make sure that we have a large presence of riders and drivers. So that way we don't want to have all drivers and no customers, because if they're not getting any drives, they're not going to hang out on our app, and they'll probably go back to Uber and Lyft. And then vice versa, if we have a ton of customers and they are not able to get a driver, then it's really not going to, help us. They're going to go back to Uber and Lyft. So we want to make sure that, we follow the rules, we open up, we do everything we can. So we'll research and see what we need to do to open up at the airport. We'll see what we need to do to make sure that we're in compliance with whatever city, state, and local laws there are before we open the city. So.
Well, like if you're doing Uber Black here in Nashville, you got to have the license permit, which is bullshit, really. Excuse my language, but it's just the way it is. You have to have the license permit, and then you have to, for doing the airport, you have to have an airport tag. Then you also have to have the sticker on the back and the sticker on the front on the windshield. So when you go into the airport, they charge you like $4 every time you come in to pick somebody up, and it's like $4 each time. So it adds up, and then you get charged for that. But the Uber X, they don't have to have requirements. And what vehicles do you have? Are you accepting for the luxury rides for REVO?
Yep, no, because we'll have equivalent categories, just like Uber has their Uber X and Uber XL and their Uber Black and everything else. We're going to have a similar category to everything. I don't know what the exact requirements are going to be for the I don't know what we're calling it, the REVO luxury line. But I'm sure it's going to have to be a newer car. It can't be something that's trashy, just like the Black.
Yeah,
To be
right
black
now
and
I'm
that kind of
driving
stuff,
a Cadillac Escalade, so
that's
that's
fine.
for the Uber Black.
Right. And that would be more
Mm.
than fine. And again, you're making way more money with us, because that's one of the reasons why people do Uber Black, is because they want to make more money, and you can charge a premium because you're in a nicer car and you can pick up nicer clientele and hopefully get nicer tips. With us, same thing. You're going to make more money, period. Even on the lowest level, you're again making, 40 to 50 on the Uber side. You're making everything minus $1 on our side. But if you have the luxury equivalent on our side, then, of course, you'll probably still get better clientele and people that are going to tip a little bit more. So, but we'll make sure
Oh,
that it's the best experience for everybody on all sides.
do you know what you're going to charge the customer for Uber, not Uber, but the deluxe side of Revo?
I don't know the exact numbers. So we're in the process. So James, he's our developer. He's plugging into an algorithm that's going to be able to let
Mm-hmm.
us know what everyone else is charging and what all the surges are and all of that kind of stuff. And then we can automatically figure out how we can be less expensive. So it's all going to depend on the time of the day and how many drivers are road and all these other things. So usually it's between 58 and 70 cents. I don't know where it's going to land, for that particular day and time, but we will make sure, again, the drivers make way more money than they're making now, and the customers pay less money than they pay with the other guys. So I don't know what the exact numbers are, but that's Paul's promise, is you'll make more and the customers will pay less. So
Well, with Uber Black now, as it was of last year, last March, I was making about $700 a day. That was no problem. Now
sure.
it's Uber is now paying us 25% of the ride. We'll be downtown, we'll get a ride for $11. And it's like, really?
How
I'm
does
in
he
a
pay your gas in that
Escalade,
Escalade?
and right. And it's just not worth it. So
Right,
we'll skip the ride, and then we get penalized because we didn't take the ride.
right.
So it's
Yeah,
and Uber's treating us like little kids. We're not little kids, we're grown adults. And Lyft, Lyft doesn't care. You just, cancel a ride or just let it go, and it doesn't count against you like it does Uber, which,
right.
it is what it is. But they're not, and Lyft doesn't pay much either as well. I mean, you've got to do both to be able to survive. And right now, we're not even surviving. They're paying us 25%, which back when it all started, we used to get paid 80% of the ride.
I
Not
know.
anymore.
I was there. I was there, and now it keeps getting less and less, and that's why
Yeah.
Uber and Lyft drivers are going on strike. That's why they're constantly trying to do everything they can, form unions, and that's perfect timing for us. We are bringing this company to be another option. Right now, you have Uber or Lyft or some third-party company you've never heard of, but they probably also don't pay you that well and or don't have that many rides. So with us, we want to give you the best platform as a driver to make the most amount of money. We want to offer a program where you can also refer other drivers and other customers. Because
Mhm.
in the beginning, we may not have a lot of rides until we start getting some traction in your city. And we're going to start spending some marketing dollars to be able to bring in customers. But as a
Mm.
driver, if you are coming in as a driver, then go invite everybody go post on your Facebook and say, hey, I just started working with another rideshare company. They are helping us make more money. Stop using Lyft and Uber. Help us out and join the revolution. Here's the link. Go and start taking rides. If every driver was to bring on 10 of their friends, and we have 1,000 drivers, and they all bring in 10 of their friends to be customers, we have 10,000 customers in the city. But if every single driver if we have 1,000 drivers and they all just sit on their hands waiting for a drive to come in, and they're used to just, having tons of rides come in like Lyft and Uber, it may not be that way in the beginning. So we are encouraging our drivers, and that's why we have these referral programs. Go
Right.
help us get customers. If you're taking an Uber ride, have them scan the code and sign up to be a Revo customer and say, hey, the next time use Revo. We get paid a lot more. I would appreciate it. And then we are going to have it so the drivers can actually get favorited by customers. So if a customer and a driver, they hit it off and they're like, oh man, I wish you can drive me every time. You're cool and you have cool music and we both like the same baseball team, whatever it is, then that
Hmm.
customer can be like, cool, I'm going to favorite you. So now if I ever need a ride, because we'll have booked rides in advance. So if I need to go to the airport next Tuesday, I can say, okay, Matt's going to give me a ride. He was a cool driver, and I'm going to go and try to book a call or drive with Matt. Or even if I'm out and about and at the restaurant and within a certain radius, Matt, the driver, is available, it's going to say, hey, Matt is available. Do you want to ping him and see if he can pick you up? and then you can, have Matt come pick you up. So it encourages our drivers to be better customer service. When I was a driver and you get paid very little and you're just grinding it out, doing 20 rides a day, it gets to the point where you don't even care and you're just numb to it all. And you're just like, get in, get out, okay, whatever. And you're just on with your day. But if
That
you
and you're sitting
actually,
there for hours for waiting for a run for
exactly.
$11.
But imagine if you are a great driver, you have a great car, great customer service, everyone likes you, and you have 50 regular customers that get rides from you all through the week. And now you have planned trips all through the week and you don't have to wait around for the next ride. Now you have rides that people are booking because they like you, because it encourages you to then go and be a better driver and, get those favorite customers and favorite drivers and stuff.
See,
So
that's
that's
what
what's
Uber
coming.
and Lyft don't offer.
Right. And that's what's going to make us
You
different.
can't require, hey, I want Joe Schmo to pick me up.
Right.
You get whoever you're going to get, and you never know who you're going to get.
Exactly. So Atlantic City, South Jersey. Matt, I was using your name. I saw your name. I was using you as the driver, so my bad, but hopefully maybe you are a driver. I don't know. But so Atlantic City, are you going to be Captain Matt, or are you just going to be a driver? What are you going to get in for? Atlantic City, Matt. You're
Can you hear me right?
Yep.
I haven't decided fully yet right now, but I mean, I guess I'm short on the amount of time to qualify for that, but I like the
You
idea of
can. You
being
gotta get busted and get going.
transfers. Yeah, so I mean, I actually literally just heard about this from I took an Uber the other night from Tampa from a driver, and he was just saying that it was just getting launched in Miami. So I was kind of curious. So I saw it and I Googled it, and I saw there was a Facebook page about it. So that's how I found about the link. But I'd be curious about it, as far as the profit sharing is very appealing, and just like you said, the residual income, so you're not constantly having to deal with the grind and all the stress of all that. So a lot of things you're talking about are great, and plus just having the continuity of um, you know passengers, that some of them that you might have as regulars. We were just talking about it. We were like, you don't take your car to a different mechanic every time. You take it to somebody you know and you trust. So I think that's a big part of this is safety. We've all heard the stories of people feeling unsafe in rides, and the companies just have been pretty much tone deaf about doing things. So so I would like to get something going if it's feasible. So I'll get off of that call then after that.
Yeah. So reach out. Let's set up some time to maybe chat. And if you want to build a team and start doing some stuff, then we can point you in the right direction and kind of help you out. Again, I want to open up
Sure.
as many cities as possible over the next month and months ahead. So
What's the best way to do that? Do you have you're going to continue with the weekly call, or
yep.
okay?
Yeah, so we're going to do a weekly call, and how you market. Again, we give you all the tools and the resources, and you kind of do your business how you want to do your business. We build the track, you run the race at your own pace kind of thing. So, but a lot of people on this call, they are very successful in doing, say, like Craigslist ads, and they bring on a lot of people from Craigslist ads. Some of my best people that I have that are builders and have over 120 plus people came from Craigslist. So, but a lot of people are also doing, Facebook ads and funnel marketing, or just going out and passing out flyers, or just like you got into an Uber and that Uber driver already knew about it. So he's like, hey, go check out this new company. It's an up and coming company. Just open your mouth. I went to a networking event yesterday and ended up signing up 3 people. I did an online networking event again today, and I signed up another 4 people. And it's through Alignable. If you guys aren't on Alignable, it's kind of like LinkedIn and Facebook combined. So it's like building your personal business brand and then networking with other people. And I actually won local business person of the year for my area of Phoenix. But all I do is go out there and talk to people. And that was one of the biggest things, is like, you're so passionate about what you do. And I love the innovation and everything else. And definitely bring it to Phoenix. But all I do is just talk about it. I'm passionate about it because I believe in it. Drivers need help. They need to have a change. I was a driver and it sucked. And I had been a customer and it sucked. So we have a platform that's going to make it better. And now we just got to go talk about it. It's all word of mouth, and we pay you to go open up your mouth. So the bigger
Sure.
your mouth, the more money you're going to make.
So maybe some structure about, and giving us some tools that we could use, maybe some links or something set up like, hey, you can use this as an option or something like that might be helpful. Just as a thought. But,
Yep. So I'm going to actually set up a marketing call. I've been talking to a few people that are doing, like one person has a funnel. He has a whole thing built and he can duplicate the funnel, and you can buy the funnel from him for, X amount of dollars. We have other people doing videos where you can have a short TikTok video or video you can post to your Facebook that has your name, your city, your code. It's personalized to you. And he charges between, $40 for one to $100 for three. If you want to go in different areas and stuff like that. We have a lot of people that are successful at Craigslist, so maybe we'll have some of those people put their Craigslist templates and stuff out there. So at least you guys have some direction in your marketing. So I want to have a marketing call that we can bring all our captains in and maybe give someone 15 to 20 minutes to talk about what's working for them. Maybe they can give some links and some other things or do a little tutorial about what they're doing. So that way people that don't really know anything about marketing, maybe they're new to it, can get some ideas and go be successful. So I'm working on that as well.
Thank you.
All right, we got Herb Mason. He's going to be a captain out in Montana. So, and we know Herb, you're going to do good things out there. My boy Ahmed out in Hartford, Connecticut. So I actually found him also on a Craigslist ad. So I mean, you can find people everywhere. And how you building a pretty big team out there, Ahmed? You had what, like 50, 60 people signed up in the first week or so? I don't know if he's
Who's that question for?
Ahmed out in Connecticut. I don't know if he's might be muted. So
Hello, man.
hey, what's going on?
How are you? Hello, everyone.
Good.
Yeah, we are looking forward to open up in Connecticut soon.
Yeah, I've talked to a couple of your builders. So Ahmed, he got a couple of people that were excited and they have good networks and they know how to go and build stuff. So he put them on the phone with me. We did a Zoom. He let me kind of have a conversation with them and we all, put our heads together. Now we're going to open up Connecticut. So if you're building a team, set up a call with me. I'll be more than happy to, talk to you guys. Eventually, maybe for the next call, we'll get Paul to jump on with us and he can kind of give us some, pointers and tips and stuff too. I was just on the phone with him yesterday, talking about launching some cities. So, but for sure, we'll get Connecticut. We'll get a captain's call going in Connecticut for you, Ahmed, because I want to try to get you guys up and running maybe in the next, 2 to 4 weeks as well.
Oh, thank you.
So yeah, remind me, shoot me an email tomorrow.
Yeah, I will. I will. Thank you.
Yep. Does anyone else have any questions? Or some exciting news, or anyone else want to be a captain and have some input?
Well, I want to
Yeah.
introduce Dan Verley. He's on the call here. He's close to being a captain. He's down there in Bozeman rocking it.
Where's Bozeman?
Is
that Montana?
Yeah, it's in Montana. It's what you talked about last week down there, Yellowstone.
Oh yeah. Okay. All right, yeah. Just let me know. Let's get Montana on the map. And I see Mo, you got your hand up. What's up, buddy?
Hey, Alex. Yeah, I'm on an Angel Medina's team. Just talked to him today. Fired up.
My boy
I'm in
Medina.
Northwest Indiana.
Okay. All right. You building a team out there?
I just signed up today. I just found out about this today.
Well, welcome,
Called
man.
Angel
Yeah.
and so
Well,
so
you're joining the
just a
revolution.
process.
So
So what I should do is just start giving my link out, basically.
that's the name of the
Because I
game,
want
man.
to recruit drivers. Yeah, drivers and
so-
customers.
So one of my people, her name's Valentine. I don't think she's on this call. She'll be on our call tomorrow, but she didn't know where to go get people. And I told her, hey, here in Arizona, we have a cell phone lot at the airport where they have like 70 or 80 drivers just hang out waiting for rides. And she just goes to the cell phone lot and goes and she signed up 17 people today, just going to the cell phone lot. So drivers are easy. And then she, hits up customers. She talks to anyone that she sees with a Lyft or Uber sticker in her car if she's out and about. So just start talking to people. That's it.
Okay.
But sell them
Yeah,
on the
this
whole
this
thing.
sounds great.
Yeah, sell them on the whole thing. You got to sell them the vision because we're trying to disrupt and we need people to help us disrupt. We're the people's army, and that's the only way you can make change is if you get enough people to, go start disrupting. So tell everyone about it, let them know, be like, hey, we're coming soon. And then if you invite all your friends and family every time they take rides, you can make residual income. So start inviting everybody else. And then our drivers make more. So if you know any drivers that are tired of making 40, 50% or 25%, like he was doing with his Uber Black, use this link, sign up, and then you'll get your own links and start inviting people and you just go start building your team out.
Okay.
So glad to have you aboard, man. A couple of new people here. I like it. Matt, Mo, you guys are all new, but super excited. So good stuff.
I have a comment.
Yes. Hi, Constance.
Hi. I have about over 100 drivers out in San Francisco that are ready to go and impatient, but they have a language barrier because they're mostly speaking Arabic. So I translate a little bit with the guy that I signed, but I try to put him on Zooms and he's getting very frustrated because he can't comprehend what anybody's saying and he really wants a translator. If there's anybody in the company that comes up that can speak both languages, they're in dire need out there.
Do we have anyone on this call that speaks Arabic? Anybody? Okay, well, I'll keep an eye out, but yeah, you probably want to find someone and tell that guy if he has a decent understanding, maybe he knows someone that might be a little bit easier to comprehend, someone's a little bit more business focused, and he can put them on his team. So be like, hey, do you know anyone that might be a better, translator, or, I don't even want to say better. It'll probably be insulting to him, but you know what I mean.
I asked them to be on the lookout for somebody that maybe speaks both languages. It's kind of hard just for us to come up with somebody unless somebody joins the company that speaks both languages.
Sure,
So,
right.
Like I think he does translation when he's talking to me back and forth at Messenger, but I put him on a Zoom last night and he got very frustrated and just went off the Zoom because he couldn't comprehend anything.
Right. Yeah. Well, we'll just have to find someone on your team that hopefully is a little bit easier with translation. So just keep an eye out, or maybe put a Facebook ad or a Craigslist ad in San Francisco, just saying, hey, we're opening up a new rideshare company. We have a large Arabic, following, and I'm looking for someone that can help translate. There's opportunities to earn residuals. I'll help you build your team, whatever it is. But just maybe market specifically for an Arabic person. And then
sounds good.
Yep.
I just want to get it out there just in case.
No, you always got to ask for sure.
Yes.
Medina, what is that? 2,000 for a TLC license? What is that? TLC?
That's the taxi limousine commission that you have to pay just about 2,000 or more to get the license to be able to do rideshare in New York City.
Oof.
Yeah.
Okay. I met a couple other people in New York City over the last couple of days. Is that close to where you're at? Because I know you're in Brooklyn, right?
Yeah, I'm in Brooklyn.
Okay, so little bit of ways. All right. Are we open up Brooklyn soon? Have you talked to Paul, or are we going to get your area open up soon as possible, or do we have to do some hurdles like pay these fees and stuff?
Yeah, I'm waiting to see what they tell me about like the whole taxi limousine commission situation. I spoke to Evelyn and she said to wait for Paul to answer that because she didn't have the answer for me. So it is, I guess, it's a hurdle. But I guess it's not only New York City, right? Like some other guy spoke, they needed a certificate in order to do rideshare in his area.
Vegas,
so I guess
yeah,
Vegas. So I guess it's not only New York, but in New York it's like it's real serious. They serious with it. So
yeah. So the states that have heavy taxis, and a lot of the taxis when Lyft and Uber first started coming about, they all formed unions to try to do everything they could to keep a foothold in the the taxi business, which unfortunately they lost a lot of it. But some of those states like New York, who's known for, you know, hailing taxis in the middle of the city, same thing with Chicago and, you know, some parts of California, they're just going to make it a little bit more difficult. You have to grease the palms and do all that kind of stuff. So we'll figure out what we need to do, but yeah, 2,000, that's a lot. So
Yeah. All right. Thanks.
yep. Elliot, you're in Baltimore. You want to open before 2026? That's 2 years. We should hopefully be open in Baltimore. My sister actually lives in Maryland, so I'm going to try to get her to help open up that area. So if you're in Maryland or, you know, in Baltimore area, we can try to figure out getting that up and
One
running.
thing I want to tell you, I'm not in Maryland now, but I will be probably before 2026.
Where are you now?
I'm in New York, but I plan to move down there. Within 2 years or less. I don't know.
All right.
Yeah.
Well, I mean,
Anyway, one last thing.
Yep.
One last thing. What category? I don't know. What category are minivans on? It doesn't say that. I'm not pressing on. Oh.
You know, I think that would just be like either an XL because you have more passengers, but we're also going to have a service where you're going to be able to do medical trips and stuff like that if you want to take people by, you know, the hour and
Okay, so XL. I understand XL. Thank you, Alex.
Yep. Because it goes off of how many, you know, riders you can have, whether it's like a, you know, 4-seater or, you know, 7-seater, whatever. So but a van usually seats 6 to 7. So Mario has a question. What's up, Mario? We got about 5 minutes. So Mario, you on mute? Carasquillo? Squillo? Okay, well, he'll unmute eventually. So yeah, let's figure out captain's call. So it's having a problem unmuting. Everyone has the ability to unmute, so and then so Paul, you're asking for the Arizona time for the Zoom tomorrow. It's probably going to be around 7 o'clock. I got a couple of appointments I'm trying to get squared away, but I'm going to try to do it for maybe around 7 o'clock.
Okay, cool. Are you going to send out an email?
Yep, I'll send out an invite tonight.
Good deal. Thank you.
All right. Yeah, I was able to figure it out, sir. How you doing?
Hey, what's happening?
All right. So yeah, basically I have 2 questions. Number one is what are the requirements you guys are looking for to open up in a city? I'm in Orlando.
Oh, nice. Orlando. So I know we have a lot of people in Florida because that's where we're based out of is Florida. So we just need a lot of riders and drivers. I mean, we don't have necessarily like a certain number, like you need, you know, thousands and thousands. As long as we have a good amount of riders and drivers within an area. I know Orlando's a little bit big, so we don't want to have like all of our drivers within like a 10-mile radius and we have customers spread all over the place. We want to make sure that we have a good amount of riders and drivers all over the place. And then good presence from the REVO side, meaning you guys, captains out in the streets. It's always easiest to open up a city when you have people that live locally that can be your feet on the street and go be your voice and your mouthpiece and go and, you know, set up local stuff. Like I know next week here in Phoenix, I want to do a live event either next week or the week after that. Within the next week or two, I want to do a live event where everyone can kind of meet each other in person. And we can do a little meet and greet and then, you know, plan for the launch. So, but you can do all kinds of stuff depending on, you know, where you're at and, you know, how involved you want to get with, you know, hosting stuff. So.
Okay, sounds great. The second question is, I'm a little I don't completely understand as far as the packages. You have the yearly package for the customer, and also the monthly package. When it comes to you mentioning how a ride is $5 separate from the mileage and tips and stuff, how does that exactly work? So I can give a better breakdown when it comes to the passengers.
Sure. So the passenger has 3 ways to pay. So it's either $5 a ride. So say if the gas mileage, tip and time and everything else that we're paying the driver is $80. And then on top of that $80, they're going to pay a $5 per ride fee. So now the whole entire ride is going to be $85. We keep $6, so 5 from his 5, which we pay out in the referral program, and then $1 from the driver. And then the driver is going to get the rest. So if you're doing more than 6 rides in a month, then you might as well be on our Freedom Pass, and that's $30 a month. And then all you pay for is the gas mileage, tip, and time. So the driver makes the same exact amount. You just don't pay the $5. That's included in with your $30 a month subscription. The $250 a year, that if you were to pay $30 a month for, for 12 months, that's $360 for the year. Or you can buy our annual pass, which is $250 for the year, which saves you $110 a month. So if you are a power user, that's what I call them, a power user for rideshare, and that's what you do. You don't have a car and you take rideshare 3-5 days a week. Then you might as well pay the $250 for the year and then save $110. And then the only thing you pay is the gas mileage, tip, and time for the driver. And then we keep $1 out of that.
Okay. So when I see the price point, for example, on my ride, I accept a ride. Ride showed me it's $30. Does that mean that the customer is paying $35, or that I'm receiving?
It'll all be broken out for you. So it'll show $30 and it'll say the driver or the customer is paying $5, and then it'll have a breakdown, itemized your gas mileage, tip, time, and everything else. So you'll see everything before you accept the ride, and it'll let you know how much you're getting. So
got it. All right. I appreciate your time.
Yep, no problem. And then let's chat about opening up Orlando. So let's set up some time with me, you, and Rodney, and then we'll figure out coming up with a plan to open up Orlando. So
sounds good. I know Armando, if I'm not mistaken, is in the area of Orlando, and there was a team. I was down in Miami for the initial meeting. So I know there's some people already in the area. I just don't know exactly how much.
Yeah. So I know Armando's down there. He helped with the Miami launch, and he's close to Orlando. I know he goes to Disney World all the time. He's always posting on Facebook. So but yeah, we'll have a good team out there. We'll open up sooner than later. So
sounds good, sir. Thank you again.
No problem. And then we're over time, but I see one more question from Jeff Dorenzo, who I guess just joined.
Yeah, I was putting my daughter to bed, so I'm late.
No worries. So we're recording this, so we'll make sure that you get the recording. So no big deal.
Okay.
But yeah, so your question is, can we accept trips in multiple states, or are you limited to our registered state? So you will be able to go to other states to do rideshare, as long as if you go to like Vegas, like if you're here in Arizona and you're doing rideshare here, and then you want to go to Vegas, well, you're going to have to go get your rideshare licenses and your certificates and all that stuff. So
kind of like New York City. Like I drive in Buffalo, New York right now, so I could accept trips on Uber all across the state, but I can't accept trips in New York City because you need a special license or something.
Sure. Yep.
Now the other thing, so I noticed because I've been doing Uber and Lyft 7 years, I'm a 14K trip driver. And Uber will not let me accept trips once I cross state lines. So I just went to Florida 2 weeks ago for vacation, hoping to take trips going down there while I was down there and coming home, so I wasn't just paying out of pocket. Uber would not let me do that. Lyft allowed me to do that out of state. So with Lyft, I ended up going through like Pennsylvania, Ohio, Kentucky, Tennessee, Georgia, then Florida. The only state I could not accept a trip in was Kentucky, because I guess they got different standards there. On the way home, I came up the South Carolina, or North Carolina, Virginia, West Virginia route. And one of those states would not allow me to accept a trip on Lyft. I think it was South Carolina, but it might have been one of the Virginias. I can't remember. So of the 9 states I went through, 2 of them would not let me accept trips on Lyft. So I don't know if you guys looked into different state rules and if it's going to be similar, or if you guys might be able to figure out how to bypass that so we could kind of accept trips in all 50 states, except for areas like Vegas and New York City, which have their own special things. Is this something you guys have looked into yet?
Yeah, it's something we're definitely going to look into, because again, we're only open in Miami and Jupiter right now, and we're going to start expanding like crazy. So as we start expanding, we're going to figure out with our attorneys and lawyer team, and we have all of the people that do, this kind of stuff on a regular basis to kind of guide us through the minefields, if you will, of making sure that we're compliant in all states. And we want to have it so you can go and ride share anywhere. That's kind of a perk about working with Lyft, but we just have to make sure that we follow all the rules and we don't get ourselves in trouble. So but we'll definitely look into it. If it's able to be done, we want to be able to do it. So
okay. And following up on that question, which is right on the same track, So I'm in New York now, and I was thinking about going down to Florida for spring break, the first week of April. Since I'm registered with you guys in New York, and even though I can't accept trips up here, if I go down to Florida for vacation, will I, as a registered New York owner, be able to take trips the first week of March when I go, or April when I go down there, or you're not sure?
Yeah, if you're a customer and you're in a state that we're open, for sure. If you can, order a
No,
ride.
as a driver.
Okay, you mean go to another state and do a drive as a driver?
Yes.
Yeah, if we're able to, and we again have to just go through, I don't know what it is in Florida, if we have any special rules or anything. That's
Okay.
something run by Paul, because I'm not on the legal and all of the compliance side. That is not my forte. That's something that Paul and Evelyn and everyone else is taking care of. So, but we'll find out the answers, and we'll definitely make sure that we get them for you. But if you go to the portal, there's a spot on there where you can put questions, and you can ask those kind of questions, so that one, we can start building a FAQ list, because a lot of these are great questions and they get asked, some people ask the same questions. We want to make sure to have a repository where everyone can go get the answers. So if you could, send that in, through the support channel, and then that way we can catalog it.
All right, appreciate that.
Yeah, no, for sure. And the beautiful thing is you can do this anywhere. So even if you're, taking a vacation in Florida and you're not driving, but you happen to be talking to people, go sign them up. You can sign up people anywhere in the country, make money off of them. Once we're open and they're able to do drives, you're able to make money off of them. So, and then if you're just coming on and you're a driver, some of the other things that we do within Snap, we are also one of the largest specialty tax firms in the country that deals with tax programs for self-employed individuals or business owners. If you haven't already claimed your funds for the self-employment tax credit, if you were a 1099 or self-employed individual during the pandemic, 2020 to 2021, and you got COVID, you took care of someone that got COVID, or if you had children and they had to stay home from either daycare or school because of COVID, you can claim up to 32 grand from these programs. You're going to lose half of it starting May 17th of this year. You're going to lose the ability to go after 2020. So if you haven't already claimed it, that's something else that we do. So whoever brought you on, have them send you the link. It's free to see if you qualify. So we don't charge you to send in your docs, and we'll see if you qualify and for how much. And then if you do, then it's just a flat fee. We don't charge any back end percentages or anything. It's just a flat fee. We do CPA stuff, and we'll sign off on it, and you'll get, audit protection and a bunch of other stuff. So if you're a rideshare driver, I would go and see if you can qualify for money, but you can also invite other people. So if you're recruiting rideshare drivers, you can also get a link to give them for the SETC program. And if they go through with it, then you get paid a commission anywhere from $100 to $300. So I have one person, they brought in, I think 200 drivers. And out of that, I think they brought in maybe 27 or 28 SETC deals. So we might make, 40, 50 grand in commissions. So not a bad deal.
Awesome. All right, guys. Hey, this was a great call. Alex, as usual, has done an amazing job. Be aware that tomorrow night at 8 o'clock Eastern is the regular REVO meeting. So if you don't have a link, find out how to get that link from your sponsor or somebody, and be there tomorrow night at 8 o'clock with Paul. Is usually going to be there. Any final thoughts or comments, Alex?
I think one last question was, do we accept rentals for like Uber and Lyft? As long as they're okay, because I know some of the rental companies like Hertz and stuff like that, they have a special partnership with Uber. And if you rent a car from them, you could only drive on Uber. You can't even drive for Lyft or anybody else. But they have a lot of third-party companies out there or private individuals who have fleets of cars that they rent out to drivers specifically for rideshare. So as long as it passes all of the road tests and everything else, and you have the right insurances and whatnot, you should be able to use a rental car. But we'll have more details on that as we start opening up, more cities. We'll get all the details for that city to keep us in compliance, and then we'll post them everywhere so you guys can do your research. So, but that's all I got. Rodney, you want to post?
Well, yep. Thanks everybody for being here. Be sure and save this and bring your new business partners, your independent business owners back next week, and every week, same time, same place. Good to everybody tonight.
Yeah, we'll see if we can get Paul to come on the call next week, so that way we can have his input, and hopefully he'll have some more answers for us since he's the one putting this all together. So, but thanks for your time. Random Wednesday and learning about this new business for you new people. I'm excited that you came and joined us at this time. For you guys that have been around with us for a while, like, Brother Lloyd over there in the top corner in his little captain's hat, we always appreciate you guys. Let's keep grinding and keep, building, and let's disrupt this industry together, make a lot of money while we're doing it. So, but God bless. Hopefully you guys have a great rest of your night. And we'll talk again next week or very soon. If you have any questions, just reach out to me. I'll be more than happy to set up some time with you. I'll put just alex@revoride.com. Oh, I just did that to Mario specifically. Let me do it for everybody. Hold on. alex@revoride.com. All right, there you go. So just shoot me an email or whoever your sponsor is, and we can set up some time. But thanks, everybody. Have a great night. We'll talk soon.